Hey, good morning, guys. It's July 15th, and this is layout update number 12. And obviously, you can see there's been a few changes since the last update. Obviously, what's going on behind me. That's what I've kind of been doing in the last week. Actually, it was kind of a 4-day project that I did. And I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll kind of show you what I did, but you know, my world here is a little smaller. You know, sacrificed a little space, but I think in the long run it'll be worth it. I've just got to be a little careful how I, you know, turn things around. But I think the trade-off in room is going to be good for, you know, now I not quite doubled the size of the layout, but it's pretty close. I've got some things kind of laid out. It's kind of a, you know, kind of a mock-up. I've got some old track that I've been kind of figuring out what I'm going to do. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll give you a quick look at what I've done, and we'll go from there. Okay. Okay. Well, I've moved my chair out of the way, and you know, in the last update, I said I was going to expand off of what I had onto that wall, and that's what I did. And I actually hadn't thought about it, but you know, Brian Jones said don't put legs on it, and it's like, boy, that was a good idea, because these guys are mounted to the wall securely, also mounted to the existing part of the layout. Which, you know, pretty much from here over, I can get under it. It's easy to wire, and of course the old part is still sitting on the desk. Nothing there has changed. It is in such a way that if I ever have to take it out, I can cut it right here, and it'll come out in 2 sections. So that was, I wanted to be able, if I had to, you know, get it out of here. There's no plans of doing that, but I wanted to make sure I could. So let's see, what I did was actually I built this backup. It's going to change the way I'm going to do any of the scenery work in mountains, because it just kind of changes the look of having mountains right here. What my plans were and are to tie off of here with the switch. These are old switches. I'm not going to use these, but this was just kind of figure out the room. So it's going to come off the pass and split off into 3 switches. 1 track's going to go into the yard, 2 for staging that'll go up and around and along the back wall. And I think I've got room to put, you know, maybe some sort of a, you know, sky back there or something. I'm not really sure. But anyway, the track that'll come off the yard into the yard, well, somewhat in here. I'm not exactly sure. You know, the radius is tight, but it's even tighter here, and it's working okay. You know, come up to, it's called a bull switch, which would be the first switch that goes into a yard, and then it'll split off down here. And it's about 4 feet, and I counted them off. I can probably get 7 or 8 tracks in there. I'm not exactly sure, but what I am going to do is pull a lot of these switches and track out of here, because like I said, I'm not crazy about this, and you know, it's room for, you know, maybe a couple industries, but I can better use the track and the switches someplace else. Also, I have plans in front of, and again, this board is supposed to be temporary. Quite frankly, it's a little big and cumbersome, but this can all be changed down the road, but I can't move it much because of the wiring. You know, as you can see, it comes out from under, and I'm just not going to change it at this point. But what I still want to do is put a switch in here and come off down here, because I pulled this out another 5.5 inches. You know, for something I'll put some sort of an industry or something, but the whole thing lends itself to a little bit more operation room instead of just running trains around in a circle. It's going to limit scenery and mountains, but that's okay. I was also kind of thinking what kind of terrain I'd model with it, and being a double main line, and obviously I'm a Santa Fe guy. I'm kind of leaning towards Flagstaff area. That's a double main line. Scenery's beautiful, and I might be able to figure something out like that. Plus, I ran in the simulator school for the Santa Fe back in 1981. The simulator was running over Flagstaff Needles area, so that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, that's the update, and any suggestions I'm open to. It's all in the kind of planning stage now. I'll figure something out. But okay, well, I will talk to you guys on the next update, and I hope you guys have a great day.